2 chapters today. We'll do a movie if we get me to 50 subs, and after this one I'll start doing hour-long ones. Chapter 5, The Aftermath. Naruto walked through a beautiful clearing of grass and flowers. The birds chirping was music to his ears. He stopped at the lake and looked at his new partner Hinata Hyuga in the lake bathing. It'd been 2 hours since his fight and he decided Hinata should bath and get a new change of clothes. "Oi Hinata, I got your clothes." Hinata jumped from his arrival. She didn't hear or sense him coming. She covered her naked body with her arms and looked away. "Thank you, Naruto." Naruto sat Hinata clothes on the ground and took off his shirt. He took off his ninja sandals, then his pants. He was fully naked and Hinata was unaware of this. He dipped his feet in to test the temperature and it was warm to his liking. He soon put his full body into the water and wrapped his arms around her waist. Hinata let out a small "ep" and blush. "I told you that me and you can be together, didn't I?" Hinata remembered his words and leaned into his touch. Naruto placed his head on her shoulder and whispered into her ear. "Do you regret your decision?" Hinata let out a small chuckle. "What is there to regret?" Naruto blank, kinda surprised, you know, being a clan heir to the most powerful clan in the village. "Konoha and my clan doesn't need me, or do I need them?" "How did you feel when I was banished?" Hinata frowned. "I was depressed when you left. Nobody even seemed to care until like a year ago. When your secret of being the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki got out in public, everyone thought of you more of a monster. But Tsunade and some others knock some sense into most of them, and some either don't care or see you as some type of hero. They also thought of you more as a hero when they told everyone who your father was." Naruto eyes widened then narrowed and he turned Hinata around so she was facing him. "What about my father?" Hinata eyes widened. "Wait, you don't know who's your father is?" Hinata narrowed her eyes and stared at Naruto's chest. "It gives me more a reason to hate them." "Hinata, tell me who is my father," yelled Naruto. Hinata flinched and took a step back. Naruto grabbed her arm and looked into her eyes. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just really want to know who my parents were." Hinata understood and went back into Naruto's arms. "Your father is Minato Namikaze, or what many just call him, the fourth Hokage." Naruto's eyes widened and a scowl appeared on his face and he clutched Hinata closer, not knowing he was hurting her. "And, Naruto-kun, you squeezing me a bit too tight." Naruto let go and glared at the sky, or what he was thinking, glaring at his father. Naruto clenched his fist. "If he never sealed this fox inside of me." "No, never mind, I'm actually glad he sealed the fox inside of me." "Why, isn't that weird having a fox inside your body?" Hinata quick rose her hand in the air. "Not that I'm saying you a monster or anything, but why would you want that seal inside of you?" "Because of that people hurt you." "Well, if I didn't I wouldn't have gotten banished, and I'm glad for that." "Yeah, but because you a Jinchuriki and people despised that, hated you and hurted you, even tried to kill you." Hinata was now crying. I hate it when they hurt you. I hate that, you know. I wish I could have done more." Naruto placed his hand under her chin and made her look up at him. He wiped her tears and smiled down at her. "It feels good knowing someone cared so much about me. They can't hurt me no more, and I showed that earlier. And I foresaid you will be with me by my side." He leaned in and pressed his lips against her, embracing her in a kiss. Hinata's heart jumped at and she wrapped her arms around his neck, kissing him back. Naruto pulled back and smiled down at her. "It seems like you're not shy anymore." "What do you mean?" "You know, being naked with me and bathing together and kissing." Hinata blushed and turned around. "I became confident when you left and took my training a lot more serious." "Oh, that says a lot, because you would have fainted from even touching you." "Don't remind me of that," Hinata shouted. "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about something really important." Hinata turned around and looked at him questioningly. "Tell me about what?" "When I said you can be with me, I meant the truth about that. But I also have a partner who's a girl, by the way. And we do things couple would do even though we aren't in a relationship." "Wait, what?" Hinata was taken aback. "Yes, we even have sex every month. We actually was supposed to have sex today." He walked up to Hinata and pulled her to his chest. "Hinata, I love you and my partner. Are you willing to accept that I want to be with the both of you?" Hinata frowned. "I wish I was your first." She looked up at him with a smile. "If she's willing to accept me, then I have no problem sharing a boyfriend. I mean, definitely if it's you." She started to draw circles on his chest. "I'm glad you able to understand my love for you too." He leaned in again and started to make out again. He pressed his hand against her breast and Hinata moaned. You a great kisser Hinata, have you kissed anyone before? Hinata blushed and shook her head negative. Makes everything better because if you haven't kissed anyone you definitely didn't have sex. Naruto pointed a thumb at himself. You know I'm taking your virginity. Hinata turned beet red and got out the lake and started to dry herself off. I wonder who's tighter, her or Hikari? Thought Naruto. Probably Hinata, since I did already have sex with her already. Naruto shrugged. I guess we'll have to see. He turned around and looked at Hinata, who was dressed. She wore a long-sleeve black shirt like him and wore tight black leggings showing off her beautiful body. Hinata, dig in my pants pocket. Hinata was confused but did so anyway. She reached and pulled out a scroll. A sealing scroll. Yeah, just drop it on the ground. Hinata did what he said and a small poof was heard. It was a Akatsuki cloak. His boxers. Nail polish. And clothes. Naruto stepped out the lake and Hinata quickly turned around and blushed. Even though she felt it when they hugged but didn't see it. She never seen a men's private area before. Naruto had his clothes on in a flash and he took his sword from his old pants. The pants I can use still, but my shirt is completely ripped, so I'll just leave here. He sealed his pants and walked over to Hinata. Hinata, since you no longer with Konoha, you know what that means, right? I'm no longer a Konoha shinobi. That's right, and that means you scratch your forehead protector. Hinata reached for her kunao but forgot she had new clothes on. Do you have a kunao? Naruto unbuttoned his cloak to reveal his pant belt buckle. His belt had multiple kunao. Shurikens. Smoke bombs. And scrolls. Yeah, but don't touch my area while you edit. Hinata blushed and reached for a kunao, but Naruto moved her hand down to his member. Hinata quickly pulled her hand back. You asshole. I love you, Hinata. I didn't expect you to reach for there, said Naruto, looking up at the sky and a grin. Hinata grabbed the kunao and scratched her forehead protector and put his kunao back. Oh yeah, Hinata, when we get to the Akatsuki hideout you work for me, not them, remember this? Hinata nodded. I wasn't plan on doing anything else. And don't call me Naruto, call me Yuri when we around others. I will also be training you as well. Don't get me wrong, you strong, but my kids would need strong mothers one day. Hinata blushed at the thought of holding Naruto kids. Knowing Uchiha, you people don't have very much chakra, but Hikari can solve that problem. Who's Hikari? My partner. Speaking of my partner, we should get going, she's probably freaking out with the sex. Naruto summoned his hawk and two flew off. XXXXXXXXXX. With Hikari. She was sitting in a house her and Naruto bought on the borders of a megakure. She was on her bed shaking like a leaf. She wondered where her Naruto-kun was at. She was also lonely in this big house. She was desperately about to make a shadow clone and have it transformed into Naruto and have sex with it. But it won't do her any good because it's a clone. She would sometimes even touch herself. She got out the bed and kicked a book that was in her way. She walked to the bathroom and looked into the mirror. She looked at her reflection and turned to water on and splashing her face. XXXXXXXXXXX. Walking to the gates of Konoha was a tired group. A beaten of Konoha group coming back from a fail mission. Team Kakashi, Team Kurane and Team Guy walked inside the village. Everyone was a beaten up but Team Guy, who had a bit of scratches and bruises. You may be wondering how they escaped that destruction. Well, it's simple really. When Naruto wasn't paying attention and was focused on his jutsu, Kakashi took that advantage to Shunshin out of there. They Shunshin to the forest where Gaara body was and Chio was able to bring him back by giving up her life. The sand ninjas who came along at the end was saddened to see Chio pass but was happy to see their Kaze cage now. They found themselves inside the Hokage office where they had to explain mission reports. Mission was a success, Hokage-sama, said Kakashi with a tired voice. Damn, you guys looked like you got well, you know. Fuck, said Tsunade, curious to what happened. She never seen Kakashi without a shirt and had to admit it was hot. If I look that bad that it seems like Naruto and Sasuke gang bang me, then I need to take a shower and rest, thought Sakura. Sakura blushed from her realization. Wait, Naruto and Sasuke? We ran into some trouble with Akatsuki but we was able to recover and bring back Gaara. Explain, asked Tsunade. Chapter 6, The Look for Itachi. It been a week since Naruto fight and Sasuke been traveling with his new team on the search for Itachi. He had everything he had and was ready, so him and his group had split up to find clues on Itachi location. With Suijutsu, Suijutsu walked into a small room where he found his targets. He saw one of them about to leave, so with quick movement he shoved his sword onto of his head. With his head went through the hole and slammed him against the wall next to his partner. The two men was caught off guard and scared shitless. You that Akatsuki Keiku, Kaka damn it, what's his name again? Are you talking about Kakozu? One of the men asked. Yeah, that's it, you one of Kakozu henchmen, right? Look, he'll talk, okay, just don't kill us. XXXXXXXXXXX. Yugo walked through the forest enjoying the birds and animals around him. He stuck out his hand and a bird landed on his finger. He smiled before the curse mark started to take over him. XXXXXXXXXXX. Sakura walked through a village where she was sent to go by splitting up from her team. Her team consisted of Kakashi Yamato, Ino, Kiba, Sai, Shino, Shikamaru and herself. The mission was to find Itaki and take him in. By finding Itaki you was most likely to find Sasuke. And they wanted to bring Sasuke back. Finding Itaki also meant getting intel on Naruto location. Her and the two dogs walked down the village, the dogs trying find Sasuke scent while she walked around. Sasuke scent is getting closer, said one of the dogs. Sakura nodded and started to search more but couldn't see him. Unknown to her she had passed a girl with long red hair and glasses. Sasuke scent is fading, said the dog. XXXXXXXXXX. Shikamaru, Yamato and Ino walked through the forest trying find Sasuke. Yamato felt a presence behind them and turned around and threw 5 kunous at the tree. The three jumped back and stood on guard. Came from behind the tree was Kabuto. Seems you noticed me. What are you doing around her, Kabuto? Asked Yamato, ready to fight. I'm simply just here to give you guys a hand with Akatsuki, knowing they still after the Jinchuriki they don't even know is gone from the village. Pretty bold of you to think we would let you help us, said Shikamaru. I wasn't talking about fighting Akatsuki, I was just going give you information on them. Kabuto threw down a book on the ground next to Shikamaru's feet. It's information on Akatsuki. I will say they are a threat, I can't take them on, so I need others to do that for me, he said, leaving in a fire shunshin. XXXXXXXXXX. I know you there, said Sasuke, turning around looking at the tree. Tobi came from behind the tree and walked forward so Sasuke can see him. That cloak, I remember that cloak. Are you Sasuke? You really look like your brother, said Tobi in that kid voice of his. Before Sasuke can speak, clay bombs dropped down and fell on him. It caused a small explosion. Ha, I took down Itaki brother yet. Great work, Deidara-senpai. Don't get your hopes up, he wouldn't die that easily, said Naruto. The smoke cleared to reveal a white hard snake protected around Sasuke. Damn Uchiha brats. You don't count Yuri. Saying the last part in a whisper. The snake poof and Sasuke looked at the group. Humph, dope, didn't expect to see you here. Team, walking around by yourself in the world like this, you won't make it far. You know him, Yuri? Asked Deidara. He's a rival I met on the road of my life. Where's Itaki? Asked Sasuke. Naruto thought back to his meeting with Itaki. Flashback. Naruto walked through a forest looking for his partner Hikari. He'd been invited to Akatsuki a week ago and was wondering where his partner went off to. Naruto felt a presence and looked to his right and saw a group of crows and narrowed his eyes. It merged into Itaki and Naruto was confused what he was doing here. It's surprising seeing you here, Naruto-kun. Naruto eyes widened a bit but hardened. What do you want, Itaki? I just wanted to talk to you. I don't have time, I'm looking for my partner. As I said, I wanted to talk. What do you think of Sasuke? Naruto rose an eyebrow. He's a friend. A friend, you say? Why do you want to know? Aren't you the guy who slaughtered your own clan? You don't know the truth. The truth? Naruto asked questioningly. Yes, the truth. Nobody knows the truth to my actions. So what's the truth? Asked Naruto. I can't tell you, I will be betraying the Leaf Village and the honor of my clan. That's all I wanted to ask you. Oh, and why are you in Akatsuki? I was banished for beating your brother up so bad for trying to run off to Orochimaru. But he escaped again, so it was a waste kicking out their Jinchuriki. Konoha has fallen in power and respect. Itaki was disappointed in Konoha for what they did to their Jinchuriki. Oh, by the way, what stage is your Sharingan? Naruto eyes widened to the size of dinner plates. How do you know about that? I seen it when you was younger being abused by those villagers. So what stage is it? It's a Mangekyo stage, Naruto answered. Itachi was surprised but didn't show it. Do you know about the next stage? In fact I do, so do Hikari. I have a pair of Mangekyo Shari-non eyes that's related to me. She's supposed to help with the transplant when the time comes. Itachi nodded and a crow landed on his hand. Naruto, I'm giving you some of my power because I believe it will be useful in the future, besides I'm dying. Speaking of my illness, I need to take my drugs. Naruto was confused until the crow flew in his mouth and his eyes widened as he swallowed the bird. Naruto coughed and glared at Itachi. Could have warned me. Stay away from a orange mask Akatsuki member, said Itachi as he left in a flock of crows. XXXXXXXXXX. Naruto shrugged. None of us know. Just because we Akatsuki don't mean we know where everyone at. If you don't know where Itachi is, then I have no reason to fight. Oh no you don't, you Uchihas need to be erased and notice my art. Deidara was about to reach for his clay but Naruto grabbed his wrist, stopping him. You have a big disadvantage against him. That's why I told you to learn jutsu from those jutsu scrolls. Deidara pulled his arm back. I get that, Uchiha, one day yet. Naruto looked to Tobi. Do you want to take a shot at him? Tobi ran behind Naruto back. No way, he's too scary. Naruto looked at Sasuke. If you can beat me, I go find Itachi for you. This got Sasuke interest and smirk. Alright dope, you got my attention. Deidara and Tobi jumped back as Sasuke dashed towards Naruto with a sword slice. The slice went through Naruto but it turned out to be a water clone. You gotten faster, Sasuke. Naruto manipulated the water left by the water clone and splashed it in Sasuke's face. Sasuke tried defended his face, scratching at the water like a cat. Sasuke glared at Naruto and jumped off the tree. Naruto pulled out his sword and took a stance. Let's see who's better in Kenjutsu. Sasuke smirked, knowing he was better. Sasuke took a stance and the two stare at each other, seeing who will strike first.